And we're going to start with a little massage. Dewy Skin Oil by Yatsara. I believe that's how you pronounce that. Turn my ring around. I believe it's rice bran oil, lemongrass, lavender. Smells amazing. And of course, I always share a few things with you guys just about the week in general. I just got back from Charlotte, checking in for work, checking in on my mom and my stepfather. And this is my wooden tool. I actually really, really love this one. Um, so we're just doing a little massaging, starting with that first. But yeah, so just got back from Charlotte yesterday. It's always a interesting experience these days to go back to my hometown because I truly, truly have adopted New Orleans as my new home. And that is where I feel most comfortable. One second. I was enjoying my vibes over here. There we go. And, New Orleans is really feeling like home these days. So Charlotte has a lot of mixed emotions for me, though I really, really enjoy the work that I do at Essential Aesthetics and Laser. I'm in marketing there. Um, I have a work family that I've been connected to and with and working for about 5 years. So, it's always good to see everybody. And again, to get into my crafts. I'm learning more and more all the time, and really I enjoy what I do. It's fulfilling to me. So when I get to just really get in there, take the photos, take the pictures, a lot of what I do is on social media. So, content strategy, creating content, all of that. So it's good to come in and really feel the vibes of the place so that I can continue to communicate that message to our clientele better and better all the time. Um, but yeah, Charlotte is a bit of a conflicting experience because it's not a place where I feel like my best self. And I think I've shared that before. I really wanted to make this trip about my mom, and family, a little bit more, you know, um, I will kind of circle back to that because I do have there's reasons, deeper reasons why I'm sharing that with you. I'm looking a little tired. Again, I don't even sleep well there. I don't eat what I normally would eat there. So I'm sharing all that to say that my skin, your skin can definitely be affected by stressors. And that doesn't always mean, that you're depressed or, that it's on an extreme side of things. But the skin can get stressed when you are stressed. I tell y'all all the time that beauty is a full circle experience. We can't talk makeup without talking skin. We can't talk skin without talking health. We can't talk health without talking emotions. So it really is a full circle experience. And I can just tell for myself, my skin has been pretty dry. I did have an exciting treatment while I was there, something that I have been wanting to try for a long time. Like I said, I work in medical aesthetics and I'm all about sharing with people the services and tools, treatments that we have at Essential. Um, because I'm really, really passionate about sharing that with the brown skin community. Um, but y'all, I tried the salmon sperm facial, aka salmon DNA, PDRN, which is polynucleotides, and I tried it with microneedling. So I'm excited to see in a week or so how the results are really, really going to come in for me. But yeah, I did get to try it. I personally have not seen it on brown skin at all, ever, on any platform. Because it is more marketed for anti-aging. And at 44, I would definitely say, we all know black don't crack and all of that. But I like to say it will sag and droop a little bit. So, um, I like to do what I can, including the facial massage. Facial massage is something that you do need to get into kind of a daily practice of to really, really see results from. In all honesty, I don't get to do it more than once a week, but at least, I'm making that much of a consistent effort. And right now, I'm just cleansing. Um, so for the past 3 or so days, I have been using a really gentle skincare routine. It doesn't include a really gentle skincare routine that doesn't include any actives in it, no retinols, no vitamin C's. Um, just gentle, treating it like baby skin. Um, I'm just now starting to get into a few more active ingredients. If you are familiar with microneedling, where they use kind of like a pen and it has like 1,000 little tiny needles in it. That's what we use to actually, and I do have video of it, pictures of it that I'm going to be sharing when I get a little time to do the editing for it. But micro channels were created into the skin, and then we put that PDR in salmon sperm serum on top, and it goes down into the dermis. That PDRN, the salmon sperm, like I said, has the same molecular structure as human skin. And so that's why it's so amazing. Plus, we eat salmon, we eat omega 3s, to get hydrated, beautiful, glowing skin. That's part of why I like to eat it. So it makes sense. It actually makes sense that this stuff really, really will work. Um, didn't really have any downtime. There was no real pain to it. We used a very serious numbing cream before the treatment. So it was pretty comfortable overall. I will say that I just noticed just slight flakiness to my skin um up until present time um after the treatment. And so I didn't do this mask directly after the treatment, which is something that we normally do with the treatment in the spa. But when we're doing it on each other, we don't always go on label with everything. You should. And if you go get one, make sure that you get this. This is the CO2 Lift Pro Mask. It has CO2 in it, oxygenates, hydrates. It's really, really good for after treatments like lasers, microneedling. It takes down any kind of inflammation. And it actually is a real treatment that we can use at home. So even if you haven't had um like a real invasive treatment from a med spa or any type of medical aesthetics procedure, this is something that you can go and get and use it. I would probably say bi-monthly. I mean, if you got it like that, you can definitely use it weekly. Um, we have it at Essential, but you can use it online as well. So I have used this mask before here on Turn Down Service. Um, and I don't think I left it on long enough last time. So you actually have to kind of activate it and mix it together. So I'm going to make sure that I leave this on for a minimum of 20 minutes this time. But it's going to get me back where I'm trying to be, honey, in terms of the hydration. And I can even feel, one of the ways that you can know and like determine your skin type um is after you cleanse. Does your skin feel kind of tight and dry, before you moisturize? Moisturizers are not what actually brings any type of real hydration to your skin. It's really determining how much your skin is retaining the water and the moisture that you put onto it on its own. And then that moisturizer will just seal that in. So I feel like I can see kind of like a little bit of a cast of flakiness that I don't normally see on my skin, which that's not a bad thing at all. It's pretty on point for the treatment that I just did. I want to see my skin react to it. So we're just mixing this up. And the results that I wanted to see from the treatment is overall just, like I said, a little bit of plumpness. Microneedling is one of my favorite treatments I have ever done. And it's one that I highly recommend for brown skin. I always say it brings that plumpness and juiciness back to the face. So if you have smile lines, under eye issues, some people have what I call, you know, the worry lines are pretty severe in the forehead. Um, Microneedling is perfect for issues like that. It's also really good for pigmentation, fine lines, wrinkles, pigmentation, just overall rejuvenation. So I'm going to get this all over this mask. There is nothing pretty about it, but the results always are. And I've been having some activity under my eyebrows for some reason. Um, just little small pimples. So I'm gonna make sure that I get this mask all up in the brows too. So, but let's circle back to what I was saying about my mom, because we have something exciting that I can't wait to share with you guys and get you in on. Um, I have written about it many times that I have had a fairly tumultuous relationship with my mom over the years. Um, a lot more was definitely triggered when my dad passed. A lot of our differences in the way we see things, the way we experience things. And it's been a journey. To trying to heal that relationship, or at least find a lot more peace and acceptance with the way that the relationship is. So I was able to go and visit my mom, spend some time with her, give her my undivided attention. And I'm sure that my family who watches these videos, which she shared with me, y'all don't comment, but y'all do watch the videos. It's cute. I appreciate it. I appreciate the love either way. Um, but she was sharing with me that people were stopping by and helping her out and just coming to see her, and I'm so grateful for that. I have needed a lot of my own space to heal, to grieve, to work on projects like this. Um, it's not more important than family, but it is something I feel very purposeful in my journey. And I have not been able to give her my undivided attention. So I wanted to make sure that I was able to do that this trip. So I didn't reach out to any friends or, you know, associates, whatever. I didn't really see anybody while I was in the area, but I had already been working on something I'm going to be releasing this week. I am starting to open up my Substack for submissions. You will be seeing a lot more details about this. And the premise is, what did mom teach you about beauty? We all have a story, a connection, even if it's not the best. Just like I said, my relationship with my mom is pretty tumultuous. Um, but we all have a mother story, whether it was the fact that that mother showed up for you and showed you everything and, displayed the most beautiful things about how to take care of yourself, or whether, there was some abandonment. I hope that this is a way to purge and heal or highlight the positives and release maybe some of the negativity that we can kind of hold inside. Um, I want to know, like, did your mama say don't go out of the house without putting some Vaseline on your face? Did she show you how to curl your hair? What did she teach you? What did she display for you? When it comes to the way you experience how to take care of yourself these days. I remember my mother painting her nails on the way to church and how strong, that fragrance of nail polish was in the car. Um, I remember her doing her eyebrows, really intentionally in the mirror. And sometimes she would like make one a little bit smaller than the other. But what I really remember about that is that she would laugh about it, like it wasn't something. My mother was always very intentional about doing things to keep herself up and make sure she was presenting herself as aesthetically pleasing as possible. She's still someone who does a lot of that. But at the same time, it wasn't so rigid that it created insecurity in her, and um it didn't breed insecurity in me. So I've always been one to try things, and if it doesn't work or if something doesn't work out, I can still kind of laugh about it and move on. So sometimes in my 20 plus years working in the beauty industry, we all have just a different energy that we and experience with beauty, how we internalize things. Is something that's really interesting to share, with people. Um so I would love to hear your stories. I feel like I've been telling my stories for almost 2 years now, and I really want to hear that journey from you guys. Women, men, across the board. I think, again, everybody has that person. Maybe it was your grandmother, maybe it was an auntie, maybe it was, a mother figure at church or at school, who taught you kind of how to help yourself present yourself to the world the way that you want it to. And I'm excited. I'm really excited to be able to read and hear, and if people want to share pictures and just like get into the creativity of that as a community. So that will be coming out this week. Again, super excited about that. I'm gonna let this mask just sit on. If you follow me on Instagram, I do have Undiscovered It Girl Instagram. And I have the Joy Nichelle, which is what I'm pretty much on all the time, but I'll definitely be sharing the full journey about my salmon sperm facial. But for now, I'm just gonna chill out, continue to listen to my handpan music over here. Let this dry down, let it do what it do, and I will show you some after pictures here on Substack. Again, always sincerely appreciate every single one of you who lends your energy to this movement. You know, I love comments, I love messages, I love to hear that this is making an impact on your life, even if it's, again, just a few minutes a day, or a few minutes on a Sunday. I love hearing that. Um, if I don't hear from you, it's still genuinely appreciated. Just know that it's still a communal, energetic, beautiful experience for all of us. And I hope and pray that each one of you continues to do the little things that you need to do, honey. There's a lot going on. A lot going on in the universe. A lot going on in the universe. Um, there's some other things I could say, but I probably won't. Not right now. Um, yeah, we're gonna keep it positive. We're gonna keep it positive. So enjoy the rest of your evening. Enjoy your week ahead. Many blessings to you. And God willing, I will see you again next week for Turn Down Service. Bye.